I've had a lot of films go to film festivals, and I also co-founded my own with the Slamdance Film Festival. And Slamdance's been around for like 24 years, and I've programmed for most of those years. Getting into a film festival, the only thing that's changed about film festivals in the last 20 years is that there's more films. In 2000, let's just say in 2000, Sundance, I'll mention Sundance because the data is out there, maybe got 3,000 submissions. By 2006, they got 6,000 submissions. Last year, which was 2015 or 16, they got 12,000 submissions. So the amount of films being made is astronomically, tripling, quadrupling every year. But the way to get into a film festival hasn't changed. It's a bit of a subjective process. It's not objective. You have programmers and different ways of programming, so it's really about people watching films. And the good films rise to the top. When you're looking as a programmer at, let's say, 10, 15 films a week, most of those films are generally not so good. A lot of first-time filmmakers. So when you're looking at 15 to 20 films a week as a programmer, most of those films aren't good. So when a good film pops up, it re-energizes you as a programmer. You don't forget that film. It's like, oh my God, this film is great. So the most important aspect of getting into a film festival is, having a unique vision, having a film that has something to say that's original, and probably the most important thing is that your first act, the first 20 minutes, is really, really good. Because if the first act is no good, and the first act isn't engaging the viewer into the story, engaging him either visually or emotionally, and is not giving the viewer a reason to care about the story, it doesn't matter how good your second or third act is. They're not going to watch it till the end. So as a filmmaker wanting to be discovered and wanting to go to film festival, the first 20 minutes of your film is the most important thing in your submission.
What about, that's amazing by the way, what about, do you shoot on an Arri Alexa?
Have I?
Everybody comes to me who's a student or a young filmmaker and they try to rent the most expensive equipment, including lenses, where they, obsess over cooked lenses. You as a programmer and a founder of a film festival, tell me the truth. Do you give a fuck about the
No,
production value?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Tell me that?
Okay. The technical,
programmer,
yeah,
I don't give a fuck with cameras.
yeah. The technical specifications of your film for a film festival are not really important. Like I said, I got into filmmaking because I went to see a movie called Eraserhead, which was shot on grainy 16 and for all intents and purposes looked and sounded like crap, but it was amazing. So it's really about the story and the emotional content of the film. You could have a grainy black and white film that's so cool and so mysterious and so interesting, the programmer's not going to forget it. Then you could have a slick movie with semi-famous TV actors shot on an Alexa with Panavision Primos and 239, and it's amazing, and it could suck as a story. So this happens time and time again. A good film, a good independent film is going to come from a writer director or writer and director's gut. It's going to be emotional, and you're going to feel that as a programmer, and that's what rises to the top. That's what gets into the festivals. I think some of the big festivals, of course, are going to program the regulars or the successful directors with their new films. that's going to happen automatically because that is kind of the brand of film festivals. But what film festivals really, really want to do is discover new talent. Film festivals really are competitive in wanting the next Steven Soderbergh, the next Darren Aronofsky, the next big name director. They want to be able to say, well, their first film was at Sundance, or their first film was at Slamdance, or their first film was at South by Southwest. That's important. And so it's still entirely possible to be discovered that way. It's just gotten way, way harder than in the 1990s because of the volume.
What about if the footage you just watched inspired you in any way to become a filmmaker or become a better filmmaker or even to become self-employed, please like and subscribe because there's more to come.